Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Ready to Love, the spinoff, Make a Move. This is season 1, episode 1. Welcome to NOLA. Okay, they're in New Orleans. We know this is 4 ladies from the Ready to Love franchise in a house like y'all wanted to try to find love a second time. They're getting a second chance at it, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into it. Listen, if y'all hear a little beeping, my smoke detector, y'all know how the battery go out and then it be beeping for a long time till you change it. That's what's going on here. So I'm gonna try to talk over top of it, but if you hear it, just ignore it, okay? Just let it go. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Before we do, I also forgot to mention, if you're not yet subscribed, like, what you doing? Just go ahead and hit the button for your girl because it's a growing channel and it's free. So why not? Hit the subscribe, like, share, and turn on your post notifications so you'll know when I drop a video, okay? So we're getting reintroduced to our ladies. First, we have Ashley, who's 36. She's from season 1, Atlanta. Her connection on her show was Alex. Then we have Vernisha, 42, from season 3 in Houston, not the resort season, the regular Houston season. And if y'all watch her season, y'all already know her connection is Joelle, honey, okay? We have Sharice, 44. She was in one of the Miami seasons, whichever one. And Zadia, 37. She was in DC. And she didn't meet nobody at no bridge, but she walked away with Nye. That was her connection. And I found it funny that Sharice and Zadia came on like back to back because we're just gonna cut to the chase. To me, in my opinion, y'all let me know y'all's in the comment section. I thought that Sharice and Zadia were mean girls on their seasons. Like, wasn't feeling them on their seasons like that. I'm gonna see. We're gonna start. We got a fresh, clean slate. We got a second chance. So we're gonna see how we feel about them this time around, okay? So the ladies come in, they sit down, they're talking. Ashley is kind of the one asking the questions, getting the things rolling. I do like Ashley, but I don't know if she was healed. We're always healing because I hate when people say you need to come healed. What does that mean? We're always healing from something. Always. It's a never ending. You're constantly going to be healing forever. So you're not going to come healed because something in life is going to happen. You're going to have to heal from it. But I don't know. She was really in the right frame. Like, she was really fully over things in her past to come onto the show. I don't know if she was ready. And we're going to get into it. She asked them first how they felt about seeing themselves, seeing people talk about them on social media. Vern was like, I don't care. Them people don't know me. I don't care what they say. I don't recall anybody saying anything negative about her on her season. I think she was one of the more likable ones. I don't remember all of them, but I do remember Renisha, and she was very likable on her season. So I don't know what negative commentary she's speaking in regards to. If y'all know, drop the tea. So Ashley just really wanted to cut to the chase and get straight to what happened on her season. She said with her connection, Alex, they met, in the trees like they like to do to the theme song. And she said his real name is actually Courtney Alexander. It's not Alex. I don't know. Alex sounds like it would have been short for something anyway. So, but she also said his apartment was in his sugar mama's name, not his. This is all alleged, okay? Don't come for me because she the one that said it. That's what she said. I didn't say this. So in confessional, she started crying like hard, like she was breaking down about him. And I'm like, season 1, how many years ago was that? She's saying he lied to her and embarrassed her on TV. Listen, it's okay, boo. Because I'm gonna tell you like this right now. We don't hardly remember. We don't barely remember when y'all seasons end. I promise you, we move on so fast. The new season be out, we be on to the next. We done forgot all about you. Nothing to be holding on to, honey. Leave it in the past. She says she's over it. It's not really looking like, so we'll see. So Tamica Lee comes out. She grabs him, and they're unaware of her And if she's a hoe, they're like, oh, that's our host. I mean, she pretty. I don't know. She says she's a matchmaker. So they're like, oh, okay. Now, y'all was telling me that she's from, when I posted the trailer, that we've seen countless times, even at the end of this episode. Y'all told me that she's from Southern Charm. I've never watched it, but y'all said she did a good job on there. And I think she's a good fit for this. Like a night, a breath of fresh air, this is a different, it's not Ready to Love. It's a spinoff. So we got fresh energy. She says she's been married for 16 years. She shares 2 children with her husband. And then she asks about them and how they feel with the dating pool in their city. Zadia said the dating pool in DC is filthy, dirty. It's disgusting. Child, that's everywhere. That's everywhere, girl. Not just DC. Hate to break it to you. That's why they're like, oh, well, if you move over to this side, it's dirty there too. I'm trying to tell you. Vernisha says she has 3 girls, so dating a little bit different for her. But they're older now, so she can put herself first. Yeah, dating for you with 2 of them is adults and 1 is 15. So you don't got no slow children holding you down now. It's fine. You can date free. So the ladies have a mixer. Tamica lets them know that they're going to have a mixer with 25 men to choose from. She immediately, once they get to the mixer, before they even speak to any of the men, she's like, okay, y'all can pick one each. And they're like, dang, we didn't even have a chance to look at them good. Like, let me hurry up and look around and try to figure out who I like. So the ladies, they all choose one person who caught their attention, and they immediately disperse. They separate, going to their separate corners with their picks. We see Ashley first, and I'm thinking, okay, it don't really take much to please her. That's what it seemed to me in this moment, because she said that he's saying all the right things. Her guy that she picked. To me, I feel like it's just game. She asked him like, oh, well, what's your type? Oh, you, chocolate, short. I bet his type is whoever he's talking to in the moment. Like, girl, it's game. But later on, she let us know that she knows. So, okay. But right then, I'm like, Ashley, girl, come on now. You are a vet, season 1 veteran. You know better than this. Zadia, she's talking to her pick. She ain't really feeling them. She says she's been single for so long because dating can be very daunting. Listen, I've been out of the dating game for a while. I don't remember the last time I've been on a first date. But yeah, it can feel like an interview. It is tedious. It's a second job. Like if you're going to date, you really got to be in the mental space to date because it's a lot. Like you have to devote time to have these countless conversations, and it can begin to feel very interview-like. So I see what she's saying. Her pick was like, he was saying things like, tell me something about yourself. And she's like, are you going to ask me something specific? I hate that question. And I've said the same thing to men on dates. Like, don't just say, tell me something about yourself. Okay. I mean, I'm Black. And what else? Like, what do you want to know specifically? Ask me questions that can lead to some banter, some conversation. So she just left him sitting there, y'all. She was not interested, could not be bothered. Vernisha has a pleasant convo with her pick, though. And actually, remember his name, Jabari. And they have a lot in common. Their daughters are both away at school, and so they're close in age. They got a lot going on. Seem like they even look like they could be a couple, like just looking at them. She's happy with her pick. Now on to Sharice. The guy she picked has 3 children, 13, 11, and 4. And if you watch her season, you know she is not about to be nobody's stepmama, okay? That is red flag on the play for Sharice. Now, 4 is kind of young, so I can't even be mad at anybody for questioning that. So everyone's mixing and mingling, and Zadia is actually having a good conversation because now everybody's talking to everybody. She's having a good conversation with Vernisha's pick. So after they get done, with their little mixer, they reconvene and they speak with the host, Tamica. And she tells them that they can all decide who they're going to pick. It's free game though. You don't have to pick the person you picked initially. You can go out with whomever you want on an actual date. Since you like, so ladies, I'm letting y'all know that y'all might be dating the same men. Ashley doesn't want to share. But girl, you should be used to this. You were on Ready to Love. And especially if y'all actually watched that first season, they got rid of all the men after like the first week. So the rest of the time, the ladies was fighting over the scraps that were left. But yeah, all the ladies chose their pick aside from Zadia. She went with Vernisha's pick, like I thought she would. But Vern was like, she don't care. Like, okay, well, that's how we playing the game. That's how we playing the game. So don't be looking at me sideways if I pick one of yours, because ain't nothing off limits, right? So the ladies begin to go on their dates. Ashley goes on her date, and she looks good, like with the short hair, the look. It was giving 90s aesthetic, okay? Could have been, what group could she have been in? Maybe Total back in the day. She says she wants him to be his true authentic self, not his representative. Honey, you might not see his representative for at least the first year. I mean, not see his representative. You won't see the representative. You won't really know who he is until y'all move in. I'm trying to tell you. Take it from me. So Don, her date, says that he likes Ashley. He likes that she's the opposite of him. She's outspoken. He's more laid back, but he likes it. That's usually how it is. Somebody's usually, a little more outspoken, and the other one is usually a little more quiet. As long as they're able to find balance, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, opposites attract. Does it last? For me personally, I feel like I'm more outspoken like Ashley, and I like to have fun and do things. And when I was with someone who was just quiet, want to be in the house all the time, don't want to do nothing, like, it's like, are we really compatible? Because I like to be out and about, and I want my partner to be my friend, and we do things and have fun together. But he seems like he's open to it. So that's a good sign. But he has his representative on heavy, like telling you what you want to hear, trying to say what he thinks sounds good. That's why Ashley said what she said. She know. Okay. So Charisse goes on her date, and she already ain't feeling his outfit. She like a vest with no jacket, got stuff on the back. What is this? I said she should just turn back around, went back to the house. So then she mentions that she's older than him. And I'm like, she keeps, like, this seems like to be a reoccurring theme here. Like, you're probably going to be older than some of the men. You're in your 40s. They're going to pick men from like in their 30s to 40s. It's going to happen. Like, just go on a date and see how it goes. Like, she said she's supposed to be open, but it's like you saying you open, but you're not really open. She mentions a 4-year-old. And I guess she don't have an issue with the other two, but the 4-year-old is a little young. Like that's still like toddler. It's a little fresh. I ain't even mad at it. Listen, I ain't even mad at it. And look, I got a 2-year-old and I would still be asking questions. So, okay, what's going on with the mother? And he like, it just didn't work out. It was toxic. Like, ooh, she mentions like cheating being a deal breaker for her, and he's like, it's a deal breaker for everybody. And she was like, well, have you cheated? He was like, back in the day. Yeah, sir, please. I don't know if I really believe that. I don't know why she went on a date with him in the first place, because she knew him having that 4-year-old was a problem. So for that alone, I don't think she should have gone on the date. She said she was open to it because he told her he was open to having more children. But girl, find somebody else to do it. So next we see Renisha. She's out with Jabari. She says she's not concerned about no other woman. Okay, period. And you shouldn't be. This is the name of the game. Y'all on a dating show. He says he used to be a player a couple of years ago. A couple. That sounded a little recent. He didn't say like, oh, a long, long time ago, back in the day, way back when, in my younger years, in my 20s. He said a couple of years ago. That sounds a little fresh to me, but okay. Look at me sounding like Charisse. Like, I have concerns. He asks what she brings to a man. What will she bring to the table for a man? I do not like that. Like, these ladies on Ready to Love have been chasing these men from the start, and it's given like chasing. Like, she didn't ask him what he brought to the table. Listen, when you talk to me, you're gonna find out, but don't ask me flat out like, oh, what can you do for me? Like, and she had to be like, oh, everything. I cook, I clean, I hate it. I don't like that. But Renisha said she had a good conversation with him. The conversation flows, but she's keeping her options open. She's not going to make the same mistake twice like she did on Ready to Love. And she keeps saying that. So, Renisha, girl, you be sure you over Joelle, honey, okay? Zadia goes on her date with Jabari next. And they end up doing like tarot card readings. And the tarot card reader has a picture of a clear man on the table. Zadia jokes, and she's like, I see Jesus over there. And I'm thinking, now, who is that? That ain't my Jesus. That is not my Jesus, okay? Hair like wool, skin like copper. But that's another conversation for another day. So they said the reading was perfect. It seemed pretty general and vague to me. Like, every time I see somebody pulling out cards on one of these shows, it's like, oh, you have an important decision to make. Like, that that can apply to anybody. You got to decide which direction you're going to go. Like, that can literally be for anything, for anyone. It's too vague. But Zadia mentions not seeing children in the future. Like, at first it sounded pretty firm, like, I don't want kids. Then he was like, at all, ever? And she was like, maybe. I mean, there has to be stipulations and negotiations. I need a contract. Like, I won't be doing this. I won't be doing that. I won't be doing this, and I won't be doing that. And you're going to get my body done afterwards. Because mama got to snap back. I ain't mad at that one. I wish I had a clause when I had my children. Ooh, if I knew then what I know now, I might have been thinking twice as well. Listen, love my babies out, but I would have picked somebody up. It ain't about me. But I'm like, listen, girl, if you saying you don't want them, you no matter what contract you write, okay? 9 times out of 10, you're the mother. You don't want to wake up early on Saturday morning, you're going to be waking up early. So if you don't want to do that, then don't do it. I would not recommend. Once you do it, you can't undo it. So just don't. And he talking about oh, really? What? His daughter is grown and in college. So what you acting so surprised for? You should be glad. Like, oh, good, because I ain't want none either. Like, what's the big deal? I'm so glad more women are speaking out. There's nothing wrong with women who want children. And I don't think there's anything wrong if you don't. Like, if you don't, then stand firm on the fact that you don't. Don't let anybody pressure you into it. But Jabari is definitely, it just seems like it's not a match for him and Zadia in this moment with this conversation. So Ashley and Zadia later on, they're having some little girl chat about a pool, and they're becoming fast friends. And I'm a little nervous because of Zadia's history, especially the way she jumped up in that man's face when he was eating that pasta. I didn't like that. If y'all remember, if you know, you know. They showed a clip in the beginning to refresh or to jog our memory a little bit, to remind us why we wasn't really feeling her like that. And now I remember. So Ashley mentions, because she was like, I'm going to cook turkey burgers tonight. And then Zadia was like, well, how do you cook them? And I'm like, she's just making turkey burgers. She ain't making like a full-blown entree of an ensemble of foods. Like, it's just turkey burgers. But Ashley was like, girl, you better ask about me. I had not one but 2 restaurants, okay? Don't get it twisted. You can Google me, baby, okay? And she was like, the first restaurant, it was like a family-owned business. The second one, that is where she shared that her father was unalived. And I said, ooh, I didn't think we was going to get this heavy episode 1. I really do like Ashley. She's actually my favorite so far. And, I like that she's an open book. She said this happened in 2008. And she's like, life has just not been the same since. Her father, he was actually her stepfather, but he adopted her. And she just said he was a great example, him and her mother showed an example of what marriage should be, what that should look like, how she was like, that's her superhero. The way she talks about that is not no stepfather. That is her daddy, okay? Because that's how I talk about my father. So, and sometimes it ain't about blood. Like, it's about the care and the nurture you have for the child. I love that he had such an impact on her. And I'm so sad he got taken away from her so soon. But she said her dad tried to stop a fight. Suddenly they heard shots in the air, and unfortunately he did not make it. And it's like, then you always think, what if he didn't go stop the fight? What if he, and she just, I mean, she was breaking down. I appreciate former Mean Girl's idea for, showing that she can be a girl's girl. She was consoling her, they hugged. And I hope that they do stay friends throughout the process. I hate when people like open up and they have these friendships and then it goes sour. It just goes left. Like, hope, because you need somebody that, and while you're here, to lean on. And Ashley says she likes Zadia. They got a lot in common and all that. So we'll see how it goes. Especially since she opened up, she was very vulnerable. My only issue during that moment was that the camera started to shake. Like, oh, we got to do better. Like, why is a cameraman, why is his hand shaky? What's happening? Like, ugh. Y'all don't have enough seasons of Ready to Love for the budget to not be low, Will Packer. So the ladies meet with Tamica again. They discussed their dates. Vern said her date with Jabari went so well, he ended up asking for her phone number afterwards. And Zadie was looking like, I guess he ain't asked you for yours. She was like, I'm not going to make that mistake again. I ain't going to do the same thing I did on Ready to Love. And Tamica was like, stop right there. We're not doing that. She's like, I'm not going to let you stifle this experience, comparing it to your previous experience. Like, don't do that. And Vern was like, I'm not letting it stifle anything. I just want to make sure I keep my options open. Had I been all in with him right away and giving him my number, then I would stifle the process. I wouldn't be open to anyone else. And that makes sense to me. I can appreciate that. So Zadia said that Jabari is definitely in the friend zone. As Mika was like, well, that's good, because sometimes you need to build it off of friendship. No, friend zone is different. That means I just see you as a friend and nothing more, nothing less. Okay. That's it. That's all. So Tamica threw in a little curveball, and even though Tommy was getting on my nerves at this last reunion, it made me miss Tommy a little bit when she was talking about, she didn't say curveball, but it was like a Tommy curveball. She's like, I'm going to pick y'all next dates. And the ladies is with it. They like, yeah, help. We need some help. Help us out, because we've been making the wrong choices. And she said, once the ladies go out with her picks, then they have to decide who they want to move forward with, either her pick or their pick. So they got to drop one and they'll go on with the other one. So I think I like that. I think that's a good idea. We'll see how it goes. My only issue is they played that trailer again, and it was something about them moving down there. And I'm just like, I hope some of the guys are like, you know what? I'll come to you. You in Miami or wherever, I'll go where you are for love. Like, it shouldn't always be everything's always on the woman with this show. But it's still early. I'm going to give it a chance. I ain't going to do too much. I'm going to wait and see. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode, though. Yeah, so far, so good. Drop down in the comments. Be sure to like my other content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.